Today, we're going to be talking about the importance of separation to other people, things, and having a sense of self that is individual and autonomous and independent.
From beautiful seas to flourishing legacies.
So, the other day, I was reading a book called Voluntary Simplicity, and it was talking about the part of consciousness, right? And how there are a group of people who live a more conscious life. They like to think, I would call it the original minimalism in the modern era. Although in Islam, minimalism has been something that has been around for over 1,000 years, right? But this is a recent wave of awareness, of consciousness, of simplifying, of minimizing things, clutter, mind clutter, emotional clutter, and all of these things, right? So anyway, one core part of this book that he was talking about was consciousness. And he talked about connectivity. And it was such a powerful concept. But there was one verse that he quoted. In fact, it wasn't a verse, it was quoted to our final prophet, peace be upon him. And he said that whoever knows himself knows his Lord. And I thought that this was a really interesting concept, right? This idea of the unity of all things, the unity of us being around everyone and everything. And in Islam, what we believe is that we are separate to the Creator. We are the creation and we are separate to the Creator, right? And the reason why I never really thought about that, it was always something that I knew, but after just reflecting and thinking, I thought it was so powerful, especially when it comes to relationships, right? And a relationship with our Creator is nothing like the relationship with the people. But I'm going to give an example of the people because they are the greatest examples I believe that we can give in terms of relatability. So when we are close to people, when we are getting to know somebody, you might be falling in love with them. It might just be a friendship, it could be a sisterhood, or it could be anything, right? But there is this feeling of connection, right? Connection is so powerful sometimes. But when we as children have been through, and yeah, we're taking it back to the roots, but when we are children and we have been in a household where it was very complicated, the interactions were complicated, they were confusing, there was something called enmeshment, there wasn't a clear set of boundaries, there wasn't a me and a you, it was more of a you are a me and you will do everything that I wish I could do, or you don't do anything at all. So there's like these different like messages that are coming. So what happens is when we grow up, we have these issues with the people who we are around as well. We attract a certain kind of people who also know these patterns. And that is why the relationship between a narcissistic person and a codependent person is literally like, that is like the connection, right? I made a video to it. It's called Narc Rage. But it's the idea that there's certain needs that each individual has. And we as humans have these core needs within us of attachment, right? And if that attachment as children was unhealthy in one way or another, our relationships begin to mirror that attachment pattern when we grow older. So it could show up in so many ways. But one of the biggest ways that it shows up is in something called enmeshment. Enmeshment is the merging of self with another person. They are upset, you're upset. We're upset, they are upset. Everyone is upset. They are angry, you're angry. They're happy, you're happy. And it literally is just this relationship of enmeshment. Now, I want to clarify that enmeshment is different to attunement. Attunement is where you are able to attune, where you are able to connect with a person on a nervous system level, that you are able to regulate them, calm them down, but you are able to know that you are separate to them. Enmeshment, however, is let your pain go through me kind of idea, right? I will become you. So you can rage and I will hold it as a vessel and I will let myself feel that, like, that tension or whatever it is that you're feeling, and I will become that. And it isn't on a conscious level, it's on a subconscious level. And that's the most scariest thing of all, because we repeat these patterns that we don't even know are patterns, right? So all of this is to say that when we talk about the Creator and we talk about the creation, there is this placement of everything in its proper place. And I write about this in my book on the chapter of wisdom. And wisdom literally means, in Arabic, the word is hikmah, and the literal meaning of wisdom is everything in its proper place. So there's a creator and there's a creation. And most people who will say something like, we are the creator, is a beautiful idea, to be connected with someone, something so profound and so glorious and so magnificent, that we are one, right? But there's this thing which happens, that the creator is above everything, right? And I'm gonna explain that a little bit, because one of his name is Mutakabir, right? That means the most powerful, the most gosh, it's such a bad translation into English. But let's just say, if that word was to describe a person, they would be described as arrogant. But he is worthy of all praise, right? Because he is the creator, he is a sustainer, he is the most capable, he is able to do everything and anything. And when you learn that you are separate to the creator, then, like I said, everything is in its proper place. We are here to serve, right? We are here to serve our creator through serving the people. We are here to be the best version of ourselves. And we make choices and we make mistakes. Our creator never makes mistakes. And what happens is there's this separation that happens out of honor of the creator and his perfect knowledge, and out of honor of our place as his creation and our purpose in worshiping him. And the interesting thing is that our creator is in full knowledge of every single thing about us. In fact, in the Quran, it says that he is closer to us than our jugular vein in his knowledge. And he knows what we need. He knows every single thought that we have, every feeling that we have, every single pain that we are going through. And him, as creator, is able to take care of us from a place that only he can. And there are so many narrations from the Prophet, peace be upon him, and so many stories and so many verses in the Quran which talk about his power and how he does not tire. He does not get tired from taking care of everyone and everything in the creation. It does not tire him in the slightest. And this is such another important point to bring up, because we as creation, we do tire, we exhaust. I exhaust easily. We exhaust as maybe introverts or whatever it is that you are. Being you are in your wonderful human being self. We get tired easily for one reason or another, and especially when it comes to dealing with people. People are the most exhausting but most fulfilling things that we will ever deal with. Things, right? People, humans, of the creation that we will ever deal with, and we are people. So anyway, I just wanted to share that beautiful reflection on how there is beauty in separation. There is beauty in separation, and there is beauty in attunement, and there is beauty in connection, right? And these are different to enmeshment, and these are different to a merging, which is enmeshment, right? A merging of energies together, that you become one and you don't know who is here and who is there, and then you forget your place. And you forget your place as a human, and you forget your place as a creation, and you forget your place in worshiping the creator, in being the ones who bow to the creator as Muslims 5 times a day. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reflection, and please do subscribe, share it with someone who you think might benefit. I also have a free chapter for you from my book, The Woke Writer. It is all about surrender, it's all about letting go. I share 4 principles of surrender and talk a lot more about that as well. And I also have a course called The Woke Writer. It's for anyone who wants to, and by the way, you don't have to be a writer to read this book or take the course. It's all about really creating your most meaningful and most purposeful legacy, using principles that will help you to get there and connect with yourself in the most deepest way possible, through your inspiration. And I'm also offering one-on-one coaching, so with women. And if you're interested, all the details are under wherever you're watching this video or listening to this episode. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for being here with me today. Peace.